Just start pulling stuff from the topics list.
Okay.
All right, everybody, what's going on? It's the live stream, the
Hello.
Newsweek Current Events live stream. What's up, Joseph?
Hello, Mike. How's it going, man?
Not bad at all.
All
Jared may
right.
join us, but we'll see. It's like 10 a.m. his time or something, so he might have just been sleeping through his alarm or something. So,
Very true.
but we'll start with this video I got here. This is Sky's John Sparks describes Ukraine's quote kill zone as a quote very intense place to be, and I thought that was so funny.
Uh, yeah, exactly. Killzone.
It's intense there in the kill zone. No way.
Yeah.
But let's see what these guys have to say on Sky News.
Please say John joins us now. And John, it's striking the tension, the pressure, the kettle-like situation that we're experiencing in that report for one tank and 3 people. And this is a front line that's 750 miles long. This has been replicated time and time and time and time again.
Yeah, that's right, Gareth. And you know what? That was just the beginning of it. I mean, that happened shortly after we arrived. And if you watch the rest of the film, you'll get a sense of just how tense it was, just how, it was unbearable at times. Very, very intense. They're operating in a very small, claustrophobic place, just sleeping behind it as well. They can't really go outside because of the drones. It's there's no escape from it. It's a very intense place to be. And I mean, you could see
He's saying intense a lot.
That tank attack that.
So, I mean, what do you think so far? I think it's going well for Ukraine from just what he's saying. The kill zone.
I think a Ukraine might win, considering how looking at how looking at how awful this is. Ukraine looks like they're just getting royally fucked. Honestly.
Yeah.
Russia with their Russia has drones. Ukraine has drones. That's like modern warfare nowadays. It's just everybody has drones, and
there seems to be a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I see fascists online, glorify, going to war and being a warrior, and what's his name, fucking the Trump's head of the Department of Defense.
Hegseth,
yeah, he's like we have war fighters.
It's the Department of War.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the actual war is being fought with like guys with Xbox controllers, killing people from 100 miles away.
Oh my god, it's so fun! It's so fun. I want to say it's funny, but it's not. It's like it's wild. I think wild would be the better. Since I pretty much only have 2 adverbs I ever use anymore.
Yeah, it just reminds me of World War I, kind of, when it's like they were like, oh, now we have mechanized infantry and stuff like that, and we can shoot each other from trenches. Except now you don't even have to, it's trench warfare plus drones. It's so fucked up.
I was going to share this. Check this out. So there's this is unrelated, but I wanted to swipe back to this one. Check this out. So this is somebody on Twitter said, I've been waiting 3 years to get back to Lyman, my beloved. We made it. It's like this celebratory video here. And it's on replying to a report saying Russian forces have reportedly entered the southern rail area of Lyman and fighting is currently ongoing. So, I mean, again, since the last time we streamed, it's just been more victories that I've seen for Russia, like encroaching on more Ukrainian territory.
Yeah.
A lot more coping and seething. That things are really going bad for Ukraine when the Ukraine Simps are not talking about it at all. When you don't really hear a lot of headlines in the main news, and like when the only headlines or the only events you hear of are like Zelensky coming to the U.S. and asking Trump for more missiles, for more money. It's like literally the same old song and dance that he always does.
Yeah. It's so funny because like I think I did either you shared it or someone else shared it on Instagram. It was the video of Zelensky where he was before he was a political figure. He was like on TV as like a comedian ?
Yeah.
I was just like I was kind of gobsmacked because that's just how that's how they pick and choose their guys. If they've got a good face and a like a TV personality, then that's all that really matters. It's all theater.
I mean, the people who are more plugged into this know more about Ukraine, like Zelensky in particular. People like Inner City Left, like shout out to those guys, but like they will talk all the time about how he has like outlived his mandate. Like he has not been. It's like how Trump is talking about getting a 3rd term. Like Zelensky's well beyond that. He should have been out of office already, but because of the war, he's been able to stay in office. And like, if it were any other country, God forbid, if it were Russia, they would say that this guy's a fucking dictator. Like they would they'd be demonizing this guy in the Western media, but because he's our boy, it's what we got to do to protect democracy. Ironically, is to like keep this guy in office beyond his time that he's elected to do it, while he also like does all these major land deals. Like, I don't think I even got a chance to post it yet today, but like there's this video that Zelensky's company bought this like huge plot of land in Texas. It's like one of the biggest landowners in the U.S. now. It's like,
what the fuck?
It's so corrupt. It's like beyond like, where's he getting this money from other than the U.S. and like all the billions that the U.S. is sending him? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, Jared says
like,
he's been throwing up.
Oh, cool.
Sorry,
poor
bro.
guy.
I am also sickened by the state of affairs, but we'll carry on without you, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, Jared. Yeah. I think that the whole Ukraine business, it's, you know, all I can say from my armchair is really like, I hope Russia ends the war soon for Ukraine's sake, because they're just gonna get wiped. You know, it doesn't matter how many drones, how many bombs, how many artillery pieces they send to the front. They're just going to keep getting decimated because Russia's, you know, not fucking around.
This I also thought was funny.
Oh yeah,
this guy, and he's like a pro-Ukraine guy on Twitter. He's posting this to show that like Russia is like caveman like, or like, you know, just like backwards, because this is like, first of all, he's posting like a prototype tank, which is probably like a German tank or some shit.
Yeah.
And it says right on it, it says like concept. You can see it right there.
Yeah.
So nobody's using that shit, but this is actually what is practical. When you have drone warfare, you have, it's probably just a pickup truck under there, or like they just put all this sheet metal and all this crazy barbed wire and all this other shit on top of it because it gets the drone to explode a little further away from you than where it is going to actually kill you and be dangerous. So it's like,
yeah, they just
crazy,
cover
that's where we're at now. Yeah,
yeah,
it looks ridiculous.
It's at like straight out of Mad Max kind of.
Yeah, literally.
Then you've got the other tank, which is like some fucking like sci-fi.
Sleek. Yeah, it looks like something out of Halo or something like.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's practical for something. I don't know. I'm not a war guy, but I actually feel bad even talking about all this stuff with Jared not here, because this is like his thing. He's the one who's always watching like the battle lines and everything. He knows what's going on.
He's very locked into it. Yeah.
I'll play a little more of this video while I queue up the next topic for us.
I think the stories, including this tank attack, it goes to show how the front line has changed, how this war has changed in a relatively short period of time. You know, the stuff that we saw a couple of years ago, the front line, the trench lines, but the troops in the trenches, the artillery behind, that's all gone now. It's the war has changed. I would argue that the future of warfare has also changed. And a big part of that is down to the use of drones, which are deadly. I mean, they are the principal means of attack now. They're very adaptable. You can do all sorts of things with them, and you could see in that clip that we just played that they use them as a loudspeaker to guide people to safety. But they do all sorts of things with them, and perhaps most importantly, they're cheap. They're highly cost effective, and you can send out swarms of them, and that means that things that we've seen on the battlefield for 80 years, like the tank, like armored personnel carriers, they're practically useless now. I mean, they use them in Ukraine now like snipers. They hide them in trees and then they pop them out to attack. And we saw in that clip that we just watched a real illustration of
the cage.
Yeah, I was just about to say the cage around this truck or tank or whatever it is. Yeah, they're all doing the same thing. I guess this is the more high expense version, high tech version, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I can't decide which one looks cooler, the cage or the spikes.
The Mad Max spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it reminds me of like the fact that you've got these guys sitting in front of computers, like, all right, we're gonna send these drones out here, and you've got both sides doing it. It reminds me of students using AI to turn in their assignments in schools, and then teachers using AI to grade their assignments. It's like you're fighting machines with machines.
Yeah, just phoning it in. Like, you're not even trying, like, not even putting in your best effort. Like, that's the aspect I'm preoccupied with. It's like the fact that you're just like phoning it in, like, what do you call it? Like, delegating off to this machine because you just don't even feel like doing the war fighting anymore. As much as you brag about being war fighters now, it's like actually the drones are the real war fighters.
Yeah,
And it's funny to me hearing them talk about like the drone swarms. It's like when I think of drone swarms, I think of China doing their amazing light shows where they have these like
Yeah.
it's like their version of fireworks is now sustainable. It's like that's got to be better for the environment and also better for all the pets in the area than not having these loud fireworks. It's like um so I would hope that like China will also be on the forefront because it's funny to me hearing these Westerners talk about like this is the new advent of warfare. This is how warfare is going to be done now. It's going to be done with drones because they're cheap. You can send a swarm of them. You can hide them in trees and have them be snipers. Like was so effective against us in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They're talking about all these things. It's like, well, then how are you not also signaling that you are going to lose very hard to China, who is already showing their capacity of drone shows that they're just like throwing at the fun stuff? It's like, what do they have set aside for war? Now, of course, you also have to assume that like the reason the U.S. doesn't have fun drones is because all of ours are being put towards preparation for this upcoming drone war, right?
Right. Yeah,
It'll be fun.
I honestly I love how China has been handling this whole situation, like internationally, like the helicopters that went down in the South China Sea. It was like a helicopter and like a something else, but they were like American, like aircraft, and they both went down independently of each other, just trying to do like war games and drills out on China's border. And China just doesn't have to do anything. It's literally sitting and watching while the US fumbles the game. And I can only hope that I mean, God forbid a fucking actual full-blown war happens between the US and China. China is going to be able to just sit back and watch things happen unless nukes become a part of the equation, which I can't really rule that out. It's hard to tell,
Yeah, I do wonder. I wonder like how that could all go down because everybody expects like I've said it a bunch of times before. I think even on our streams, like people expect nuclear war to be like as soon as one bomb is launched, Doctor Strangelove happens and the whole world goes up. It's like,
Right.
well, what if that's not the case? Like, what if somebody just launches one, another country launches another one back? What if they just do like 2 or 3, like a couple cities are demolished and then the rest of the countries just continue on as usual? It's like that seems more scary to me. It's like fuck, like
yeah, it becomes normalized. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like okay, we're gonna use. Well, see, that was kind of a thing during Obama. Like, I remember the Obama administration talking about like, oh yeah, we can use nukes. They're just smaller tactical nukes. They can hit more precise targets and they can do more damage in a smaller area.
Mm.
And it's that to me is very terrifying because they could just nuke a single city and be like, all right, well, that city's off the map.
Mhm.
Let's continue.
Yeah, and I just hope that that doesn't become the new normalized version of warfare because I don't know. It almost seems better if people are scared to use nukes because they think it's going to be the doomsday scenario. It's like I'd rather have them be too afraid to use that really horrific weapon, but
Yeah.
who knows? We may get there. There's also something else I wanted to say about like just the Ukraine situation, and I can't remember what it is now. I think it was something else I wanted to share. It was because of I wanted to make a joke about how you're saying like the U.S. ships are just going down or planes are going down. It's like they activated the kill switch you and Jared were talking about
Oh yeah.
by accident. Like you guys were, I didn't even know about this, but like there's apparently some article. Maybe it's probably in this topics list, but it's like there's these countries that are denying, or the U.S. is denying that they've put a kill switch into their F-35s that they're selling to other countries. These other countries are afraid. Oh, here it is. I'll just pull up the article and then I'll share it.
There we
Right
go.
here. The F-35 kill switch, separating myth from reality. This is March 10th this year.
Oh my god.
So the aviationist.com. With heightened tensions between Europe and the United States over NATO and Ukraine, the myth of an F-35 quote kill switch, which would supposedly allow the Pentagon to disable foreign operated F-35s, is fueling speculation and debate. In the shadow of escalating tensions, I think they put the same thing twice.
Yeah.
You have to write a separate byline. You can't just have the headline.
Just copy and paste the same line. Oh my god.
With over 1,100 F-35s in service across 16 armed forces worldwide, this rumor has gained rapid traction online, stoking fears among nations like Germany and Canada about their military sovereignty and U.S. control in a time of significant geopolitical uncertainty. Yeah, I mean, the U.S. is already talking about making Canada the 51st state. Imagine if they can just like neutralize all of your jets because they have a button for it in the Pentagon.
I
Makes that a
mean,
lot easier.
yeah, like it absolutely has to be a real thing at this point. If America is still like controlling the internet, like it's
Mhm,
still like primarily a US based structure that the rest of the world kind of works with, they could
mhm.
just shut off the internet for like all of Europe, and that would cause like profound fucking problems,
Yeah.
because every industry is so reliant on it now. Imagine what they can do with you know all of your ships and all of your airplanes and things like that.
Yeah, that would
It's
actually be
really
interesting to
nasty.
look into, like, like the intercontinental competition of internet infrastructure to see like what countries are doing to isolate themselves from being able to be shut down from like major branches, or what do they call them, like backbones of the internet.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that's definitely something they're talking about. But
Oh yeah. Like
yeah, as soon as you guys were, sorry, go ahead.
how can we shut off China's internet for
Yeah,
them? But they're
or prevent the
yeah,
U.S. from shutting ours off. Like, because I'm sure that those countries are also thinking like a lot of our shit is based out of Silicon Valley, or like some hubs that are like fiber optic cables that the U.S. put in the ocean. So now they claim ownership over or something. Like, I don't know how it actually works. I'm just speculating, but like they
yeah,
have to be thinking about this kind of thing and trying to secure their infrastructure in case of
yeah,
emergency.
yeah. Do whatever they can for as little money as possible, with the biggest bang for their buck. Really,
But
at
also,
least
when I saw you and Jared talking about this, the first thing I thought was the U.S. has to have done this. There is no way the U.S. with its obviously selfish motivations. It's like I forget how I phrased it, but it's like the way the U.S. treats all of its allies, the way that they betray every single ally all the time, and then
mhm,
even when they are allied with someone, don't consider them like a real ally. It's always just like as an asset or like a useful tool that it can like flip on or off, like this kill switch at any moment. Like that's how the U.S. wants things to be. So
yeah,
it would just make perfect sense. Like, how would this have come into being if it weren't for people correctly assessing the U.S.'s nature and then saying like, well, yeah, of course they would do this. Like,
yeah, yeah. I totally agree.
let's see. So I'm going to skip ahead here. The myth's resurgence comes as distrust toward the new Washington administration grows. So they're going to blame it on Trump. Yeah. Web reports, including statements from Belgian and Swiss officials, deny the existence of a physical kill switch. However, the fact that the F-35 is a software-defined weapon system, roughly made of 8 million lines of code of highly networked nature, reliant on systems like the Autonomic Logistics Information Systems (ALIS), its successor, Operational Data Integrated Network or ODIN, and software, of course they named it that,
Yeah,
and software updates has raised legitimate questions about U.S. influence over Allied operations. But is this the real problem? U.S. control over F-35 operations beyond the myth. Recent revelations about U.S. policy restrictions on F-35 operations add a new layer to the debate. According to the 350th Spectrum Warfare Group's F-35 program support cell, international F-35 operators, quote, are not allowed to conduct independent test operations outside of the continental United States, the CONUS, based on U.S. policy. I'm going to call it that now, the CONUS.
the CONUS. That's a new one.
United States government, USG security rules, and national defense. They love abbreviating everything. These guys love their 3-letter acronyms.
Oh yeah,
Require
NDP.
that, yeah, they love that shit. Require that U.S. citizens perform specific functions in order to protect critical U.S. So they're not even able to fully know how to do all the operations of the F-35s themselves unless they have other U.S. personnel on site to protect critical U.S. tech, like I guess the secret parts of the F-35 itself. So
Yeah,
what they already know, like what isn't a myth, is bad enough. Like the U.S. exerts this level of control with the software updates. Like that's a kill switch in itself. So this
oh yeah,
article is like it's a myth, but also it's not a myth because it's like these various other things that act as that same exact kill switch that we're talking about. But the kill switch itself, there's not a big red button, of course, but like
yeah,
it's all
yeah.
these
It's
other
not.
things.
Yeah, it's not going to be the big red button, like you said. It's going to be the fact that they can just pull the plug
Yeah.
remotely from like a line of code.
Yeah.
It reminds me of you remember the pager thing with Israel,
Yeah, yeah.
where they literally like fucking used pagers as bombs and did terrorist attacks.
Mhm.
It was it in Lebanon and like I can't remember the countries that they did that in, but um either it was inside of Israel or some shit. I can't fucking remember, but it was really, really telling that the United States you know, if Israel is going to do something like this, if they can pull that off, who knows what kind of false flags the United States is doing that we just aren't even aware of, you know?
Yeah. So I'm kind of smiling because I didn't realize I had put the link to that Zelensky land deal thing that I was telling you guys about.
Oh
I
yeah.
put that in the topics list, and then I go to click the link, and it goes to Twitter and says this doesn't exist anymore. And I'm like, okay, so maybe that was fake news. Maybe I fell for that one. It's crazy because it says a land deal of almost mythical scale. Let me see if I can even share. Does it let me share like a different app? No, I can't share Discord, unfortunately. But yeah, like the thumbnail is just a landscape, and it says a land deal of mythical proportions, but I guess it literally was mythical. Like I guess it didn't happen. So
you know, I believed you. I I was like, that sounds completely real. The fact that you've got all these massive, you know, landowning companies like BlackRock is it no BlackRock is the what am I thinking of?
people are always doing this. They're always trying to like well, actually, whether if you get like Blackstone or BlackRock wrong, it's like they're both
Yeah.
bad. Like I don't give a shit, dude. Like stop.
Yes. Yeah. But Blackstone is the landowning company, like the real estate company.
Yeah,
And I think
like they're both
BlackRock, yeah, BlackRock is the paramilitary mercenary company. Because I was looking up Graham Plattner earlier today.
Mm.
In
Oh yeah, did you have
preparation.
something you want to say about him?
Oh yeah, dude. You know, I was looking at some of his I was reading his Wikipedia page, and it's so insidious, right? Because they completely, you know, he's obviously controlled opposition. He's some guy who's being planted as a Democratic like funnel, Democratic Party funnel. He, you know, he is a guy who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he joined BlackRock and like bragged about it. He like, you can find there are social media posts that some of them have been deleted at this point, but where they literally show like him on like his own fucking Reddit account being like, oh yeah, well, you know, going out and killing people is basically what I have to do. It's you know, it's my mission. You know, if this is how we have to bring civilization to the rest of the world, then so be it. You know, the guy is a huge piece of shit.
I was going to see if we should watch like a Hassan video or something to see, because I don't watch Hassan. Like I don't know
I don't either.
Like until like people tell me, and I thought it was like you and Jared that were saying like he was making excuses for this.
Yeah, he was. He totally was.
Will you be speaking about Platter being a Nazi? Yes, of course I'll be speaking about that as well. Dude, you think this community is going to let me live that down? Are you kidding me? The motherfucker had a totem cough on his chest, dude. Are you kidding me? Don't say we told you. You didn't know he had a totem cough on his chest.
I mean, there might have been some tankies in your audience that told you like this guy is a piece of shit because he was in the military. It's like you don't have to like see his tattoos to know that if you joined the military voluntarily, you're kind of shitty.
Yeah, and he literally got the tattoo as like his like stated reason for it was like, oh, I thought it was a Marine thing. You know, I thought we were doing a Marine culture with the totem cough, and it's like, you fucking I mean, like, honestly, it doesn't surprise me because Marines are fucking meathead crayon eating fucking Nazis. Yeah. So of course it's Marine culture to be a Nazi. To me, it's just one and the same, really.
Yeah, like I also saw even after this whole thing came out, and then like either he had already covered it up or he was about to cover it up or some shit. People were pointing out the 1919 thing, which was like another Nazi dog whistle. Because they always have numbers. It's like 1488 and all their other bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
So people were pointing out the 1919 one, which I had no idea about. And then everybody else, like, they were like leftists, being like, well, actually, that's like a firefighter thing from like California firefighters. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, stop being dumb. Please stop being gullible.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, that there is that undeniable clip where Hassan was literally like, you know, this guy, you know, he's talking about healthcare and other things like that. Like he's he's actually trying to help the working class in America.
Mm.
And you know what? I can kind of agree with that. Of course, I'm just fucking, but it's so ridiculous.
Not to totally derail us, because I will come back to the platinum thing. I want to play some more of that Hassan clip, but I really liked that you did this thing yesterday. This like video here. Hold on. Let's see.
The little
Yeah,
clip they did.
I'll share here. We can just like watch it here and get it out to
Oh my
the
God.
live stream audience here, if you don't mind. I mean,
Oh no, totally, it's fine.
okay. Let's see.
A leftist.
Let's see. Sorry.
They want to put
If you consider yourself a leftist and you're an American, I want you to think very, very hard about what you want for Americans. Do you want better health care? Do you want, restricted gun laws and things like that? If you are a leftist only insofar as that it benefits you and your own, your country, that's it. You're an American who doesn't really care about what happens in other countries. You're not an internationalist. You don't have any conception of what it's like to be on the receiving end of American imperialism. Congratulations, you're not an anti-imperialist. You're not even a real fucking socialist. You are a treat-the-right. You are a national socialist. Yes, that kind of national socialist. We have to move away from this conception of being a Marxist or being a communist in today's world, 2025, means anything at all if all you want is to improve the conditions of the United States specifically. If you consider yourself a leftist,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah, it's like I'm just so glad that the treat the right discourse has caught on, even to the extent that it has so far, because I think it's going to continue. I think
Oh yeah.
as the multipolarity takes shape and everyone starts to realize that they are living in it, whether they want to admit it or not, it's crazy, dude. Because like I have just been saying the same thing for so long, and so many people are like catching on.
Yeah.
And it's taking like a different form. Like I wish I could have predicted the treat the right thing. I wish I could have predicted like the terms and the way that people are defining it and like come up with those terms myself. Like that obviously would have been great, but like whatever. As long as people
Yeah.
are getting it, as long as like when I see somebody like Bad Empanada who's like actually popular, or like I don't know who else is doing, like I'll hear the deprogram when I was like listening to them a lot. Chapo will do it now. They'll talk about treat the rights, but like it is it's just great to see. Like I just feel like that is a signal that this is going to be the new the way things are going. Like people are not going to, because it's like, what do you think is going to happen? Either people are going to get free healthcare in college in the US. I don't see that happening at all. I see that there will be more privatizing, and like some people will have like I've always been saying, there will be green zones and red zones. There will be people living just fine in like some really highly automated drone and what do you call it, treat the right robot delivery services and everything. Like there's going to be a lot of that, but there's going to be a lot of people who are really having a bad time if they don't get the fuck out. If they don't get the fuck out to like a really civilized socialist country, while it is still easy before they lock down their borders, before it becomes impossible to do that. And yeah, I've just been telling people to do that, and people want to get mad at me. You want to say that like I'm just a mean guy. It's like I am mean. I'm very mean. I'm like I'm going to be remembered as like the meanest tanky online, and that's fine. That's my legacy, and I like that.
Dude, it's fine. Who fucking cares?
But look who I'm being mean to. Like I'm being mean to the treat the rights, and I've only been this mean since the fucking genocide started. This is not something that just happened to me. I didn't like have some kind of mental break. It's not because of COVID a bunch of times. It's the genocide. It's the genocide, stupid. Like it really is just the genocide. Everybody was too cool with that for my liking. Everybody was too fine with voting for Kamala and Genocide Joe, and I'm not going to let it go. I'm just not going to let it go. And I'm glad other people aren't either.
I completely understand. I'm sure it's absolutely vindicating to hear that catch on and become like sort of mainline leftist discourse. Because like, I mean, like you said, I completely agree. Seeing people,
it actually is important. Like people have to realize they can't get free stuff from the empire if they're calling it an empire. You're not going to get free stuff from the fascists while calling them fascists. Like your directionality is not working there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the fact that like you said, people were too cool with genocide happening. For my own liking, and it's like, because the liberals don't care. They if the genocide was happening, but it wasn't being spent with American taxpayer dollars or whatever justification they want to give, they'd be fine with it. They would not give a shit.
Mm.
It's only because it became a main sticking point about the Gaza genocide that, like, oh, you know, your American tax dollars are going towards giving Israel a welfare state and like paying for their health care. Meanwhile, you don't get anything. And it's like, like I like the fucking mental gymnastics of that is just so boggling to me.
Yeah.
How, you know, your humanity isn't on the line. You know, you don't care about these people, these brown people that are getting bombed. It's pure racism to just not give a shit about the Palestinians or the people in Sudan. That's the thing going on. They don't care about genocide unless it directly benefits them. You know,
that's
like,
a really good point too. Is like to point out that like the only way to get Americans to even care about all the money going to Israel is to point out, well, you could have free healthcare. Well, you could have this, you could have that if you weren't giving all the money.
It's the treats,
like,
man.
But it's like if there were another country doing it, like if it wasn't U.S. taxpayer dollars, I'm not saying I would feel better about the genocide just because I wouldn't be contributing to it, but like that would at least make I wouldn't have been so mean to Americans. Like let's say if 2 years ago, like we just lived in like a different universe or something, and like Germany was the country that was really sponsoring Israel, and the U.S. just didn't have a hand in it somehow. Let's say the U.S. was just not doing it, and Germany was the one sponsoring this entire thing the way the U.S. is right now. I would be telling the U.S. to bomb Germany. I'd be like, the U.S. bomb Germany right now. Bomb Germany to get them to stop committing this genocide in Gaza. But like, the U.S. isn't going to bomb itself. No other state is going to bomb the U.S. yet. So the only hope we have is like the slow decline and the multipolarity and the probably coming collapse of Israel in the next 5 or so years. And then hopefully like the decline of the U.S. empire to the point that other places step in and I mean, just like create the multipolar world that we're talking about where socialism can actually blossom. But like, that's the whole thing about it. Like it is, I like that you pointed out like the taxpayer dollars, because that's again, that's
all they care about. Yeah. Yeah. I think that, definitely the United States is giving, it's giving Roman Empire, you know, because it just, you know, you spread too thin on your borders. You don't take care of the people at home. They start, you know, having like discord and civil unrest, and then eventually your empire just kind of crumbles in on itself. With forces on the outside attacking it and drawing resources, you know, spread way too thin. I think with the U.S., what they're doing in Venezuela, for example, the Venezuela does not have the same firepower as like Russia or other countries in the global South. So the United States can just roll up on their doorstep and start bombing them, and they're going to very soon. They've already bombed like ships and people in their waters. They're gonna roll up. I think the news said that they rolled up with the world's largest aircraft carrier, and they're gonna be putting like boots on the ground at some point pretty soon.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. And like, you know, if I'm wrong about that, then like, fuck me. But you know, that is just like I was having this conversation with somebody recently where we were talking about like, you know, American soldiers, like they just they, you know, it's fine it's understandable if someone joins the military in the United States because they just want to get free college, right? They just want free college. They want to have a good salary. They want to take care of their family, whatever reasoning you can give it, to obscure the fact that no, they are actively contributing to the running of the war machine, the imperialist war machine. They are perhaps also joining Blackstone or whatever the fuck. And they're going out and doing mercenary operations and killing brown people, and doing imperialism, just so they can like send money to their wife at home. Like, there's no reason for that. Like, if you are a U.S. military veteran, if you're a soldier, you deserve to be homeless, and you're worse than an IDF soldier, in my opinion. You're already worse. Yeah.
I just I feel like they're all about the same. Like that's that's kind of just been my MO for the last couple of years, is that like Israelis and Americans, the same thing. Israeli soldiers, American soldiers, the same thing. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's just all the same thing. And this is like, it's so weird to me when you see people that go over to Israel and then they start describing the culture and they're like, yeah, it's weird over there. Everything just feels fake. Everything just feels plastic. Everything
It's
feels like
America.
yeah. And it was like, you were just describing life here in the US. Like you're describing the same fucking thing. Like everybody's going and doing their like social media approved leisure activities. Like you got to have your matcha bubble tea, and you got to do yoga, and you have to do like the things that are popular among everyone else, or else you're not valid. Like you're not part of the white West, and that's the worst thing you could be, is not part of the white West. So
Yeah, it's the funny thing to me is also like Israel having it's a settler colonial society, so they steal the culture from the Palestinians. They steal things that like are indicative of their culture, and then they like absorb it into their own. It reminds me of Americans and like white Americans being like, "Oh, I'm like 1/16th Cherokee."
oh
You
my
know,
god.
it's the same fucking thing, man. Like, oh, you're not indigenous. Are you kidding me? You're a colonizer.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it's just-
crazy when I realized that like other people in other countries don't do that. Like it wasn't until I was like in my teens or 20s when I heard that like people in Europe don't say like, "Oh, I'm this and this by heritage." They're just like, "I was born in Italy. I'm Italian. I was born in
Yeah.
France. I'm French. I was born in Spain.
Yeah.
I'm Spanish." Like,
they lack the culture, like bedrock, the cultural bedrock to like
well, they're just not
claim some
settlers.
sort
I
of
guess. They're
identity.
just like,
Yeah, like if you're a settler, you know, you're not only are you removed from the country that your family comes from, but you're like actively a threat to the place that's being settled. And so you create this new identity where you're like, oh yeah, it's all built off of warfare and destruction and killing people. And that's just what the American mind is I want my treats and I don't care if people die for it. As long as I'm benefiting from it, you know? It's so stupid.
shout out to Petrotel. He says, "So sad that Empanada is so right on the American empire, but then calls China imperialist and compares Russia to Israel," which is wild because I guess I have not been watching enough Bad Empanada because I didn't know he had such bad takes on those.
I remember seeing a video of him talking about dungoids, you know, like
no,
like years ago. It was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember exactly, but I remember him citing the issues that China had. He cites Black Shirts and Reds by Michael Parenti, and he goes into the China section where Michael Parenti reports on like, oh yeah, because like that was written in the 90s, so that was during like the risky business that China was going through with the opening and reforming up, or reform and opening up. And it's like, yeah, there's more exploitation, there's more this and that, but like, you know, I wouldn't call it imperialism. You know, China hasn't been at war since like 1979 with like the whole Tibet thing, and even then that was like very arguably necessary for Tibet to like liberate Tibet from their fucking monarchy, right? Because they had serfs. There were serfs. So Bad Empanada definitely has some questionable takes from time to time, but at least he's good on like, you know, calling out the Treatlerites for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine he will learn like everyone else will learn. It's like so many people have asked me over the years, like once they either like found out that I had a podcast or just like asked me any of my political opinions at all, like in depth, if they asked me like anything that I was like talking about or thinking about. And people would always inevitably ask, like, so what do you think? Like the US is just going to collapse or something? There's going to be a revolution? And it's like, no, I've been saying this for like 5 years now. Like there's just going to be post-Soviet conditions. Like just whatever you thought of Russia, just imagine the stereotype of Russia in your head, which is already, people are losing that. Like a lot of the normies still have that image of, I always use the Euro trip, Eastern Europe, like the scariest thing. Like, it's like the stereotypical thing. Like people think that Eastern Europe, Russia, all of that area in particular is just like dilapidated concrete buildings, trash everywhere, rampant poverty, drug overdoses or drug use, and prostitution. And I'm like, that's what you're good. I don't know if you guys don't realize it, but like if you don't see the fentanyl and the OnlyFans and everything that's going on around you, if you don't see that you're living in that, like I don't know how else to make it clearer to you. Like
no, I completely agree. The US, you know, like every accusation is a confession, right? America is what they imagine the post-Soviet condition to be, right? Where it's like
continue. There's not going to be some kind of like nice, neat collapse that everyone agrees on. You're just going to keep getting that and more of it.
Yeah, the fact that the infrastructure in the United States is so bad. There was that one. I think it was like there was a tweet that I saw where they were talking about they were complaining about Chinese like visitors and tourists to America, where they would do nothing but take pictures of infrastructural things like bridges and roads and buildings and stuff, because they're just like, this is so fucked up. Like everything's crumbling. Why is this like this? And
I've done that
like,
too. If I go to like a particularly just like rundown place, I'm like, damn, look at that. That sucks. Like, let me
like, oh man, I'm going to go to Haiti. Let me take a picture of how bad Haiti is. Oh, I'm not going to talk about how the United States and Europe has just totally fucked it up. But
Oh no, I mean like I'm in places in the U.S. Like there's been places where I'm like, how the fuck is that standing? And take a picture of it. Like,
in Florida is it's very like black or white, literally black and white, because like you've got the black neighborhoods where everything is run down, the redlining, and then you go to the white. Do you know what white flight is? Yeah. It's the same. It's in the city that I'm in. They've got this like big ring of really rich white communities surrounding the black inner city, and I feel like that's just like typical of American cities at this point.
Petrocel says he lives in Romania, and an average city here looks more livable than anything in America. It's killing me because, like, when I was 24, I dated a Romanian girl. I could have moved to Ploiești if I wanted to.
Oh my god!
And I didn't know anything about Romania. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I really want to leave like all of my family and friends just yet. Like now it doesn't seem like such a big deal. They all turned worse. They all got worse. So
I was telling my mom the other day. I was like, I think we might try to move to China potentially if it works out. Maybe we might, because we were still figuring out stuff. But I brought up the possibility, and my mom just immediately like broke into tears, like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be so far away! Like, you have to know how bad things are here." It's so I had to like, I feel it in my heart, like, I'm sorry, Mom, but like I gotta move. I got to take care of me and my wife. We got to make sure that we're like, we've got healthcare, that she has like maternity leave, stuff like that. If we want to have kids, that sort of thing. Like I can't, I don't think I can have kids in America.
I mean, basically, like, you just have to do it. I just don't know anyone, and it doesn't even matter like income level. Like when I had friends who then became like fucking apologist Zionists, like I've had people who were like I don't know if they're a different class because they're still like lower middle class, like they're still like workers, obviously. Like it's not they own businesses or anything, but like people who make like decent money, that they could definitely like afford daycare, but it would still be so expensive. They would just like have their parents do it. And just like like you guys are making like $100,000 each. Like why are you guys like having, it's like, well, it's still really expensive, but also like we just trust our mom more than we trust like some stranger to watch our kids who is also watching 7-8 other kids, and there's probably is not going to care as much. So it's like, it's like I don't want to like apologize for the lack of there being an infrastructure here, because like when you read about like childcare in the Soviet Union or the GDR and like how they had free childcare and it was like workable because it was like people that you knew in your community, and it wasn't just like some random person in a corporation that you could hopefully trust because of a contract or some shit. Like it's wild, man. Like
my wife used to she used to work at a daycare once upon a time, and she would tell me about how like they really don't effectively train people. Most daycares, I mean, they're private businesses, and so they can just get away, they can get by with doing the bare minimum and still charge out the ass for their customers to put their kids in that daycare for like 7 hours a day. It's
when my kids were little, like I'm saying that like all of my friends did the thing where they just have their parents watch their kids instead of like taking them to daycare. But like I didn't have that option because I lived too far away from my parents. When my kids were that age, my wife just had to get a job at the daycare. She just got a job at the daycare because it was either that or she would watch the kids. And that's what we did for the whole time that they needed daycare before they started school. Like it was either I worked and she stayed home with the kids, or then she got a job at the fucking daycare that they went to. And then they cut the price in half, which is like way better. But still like expensive. But that was the only way we could afford that. And that's just like, I think that is a very common. Like that's a pretty indicative situation. Like that's a good microcosm of how it is here in the US. Like you either get family help or you just have so much money you can somehow do it, or you just
Yeah.
like one parent stays home. I think is one of the most common situations. Like
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's something I was gonna say.
I know. I'm gonna take a second while you think of it to comment. I'm so happy that Petrocell knows the city of Ploiești. He's like, Ploiești, and he's like, what a meme of a city. I don't know what that means. Like, what's wrong with Ploiești? But the girl I knew from there was very nice. She was lovely. But he says, bro, as soon as I finish my bachelor's off, I'm off to China, LMAO.
Hell yeah.
And he says, did the Romanian girl teach you that pula or dick means something like hello? Because that's the go-to of every Romanian. No, she did not pull that one on me. That's very funny.
Oh, I remember now. Estonia. Estonia has really good maternity leave and childcare policies. I think you get like the first year of your kid's life paid off. Like you can just don't have to worry about it. You can take care of your kid, and they have like effective childcare programs for after the first year. And if you can't find a thing that works for you guys, then like they let you have a few more months of time to like get that figured out, like paying for that time. And it's just like the United States has, I think, 12 weeks of unpaid maternity leave, and that's it.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's so bad. And it's like that by design. You know, they set up these they got the social programs, they got the welfare state that gets propped up, you know, over the boom period, right? After like the post-war period, they set up the welfare state. It's great. You've got Social Security, you've got all these other fucking things, and then slowly over time, it's like, wait, the neoliberalism, fascism hell has to strip the copper from the walls, from the wiring, and they have to, you know, cut things somewhere. So what's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to cut education. We're going to cut childcare. We're going to cut maternity care. We're going to cut healthcare. Everything that you could ever fucking need. And like, I can understand, like, there's the part of my brain where, like, I remember being a Treatlerite, like, mentally speaking, where, like, oh, yeah, I want all these things. I'm an American. I'm entitled to all these things. And then there's a certain barrier that you cross. There's a threshold that you cross where you're no longer somebody who thinks of those things as, like, necessary for you as an American. Like, I mean, that's what that video that I posted before is, you know, you only want your treats, unless you are a principled anti-imperialist, and then the yarn starts to unravel.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people, like Brett from Rev Left would famously say on like his show for years, he's like, I don't consider myself a citizen, like an American. He's like, I consider myself a citizen of the world. Like I feel camaraderie with people all over the world because they are my fellow human beings. I don't like have any allegiance to these nationalist borders or whatever. And I'm not saying that some kind of like anarchist kind of like, it's just like I get that sentiment. Yeah. And I definitely get that sentiment, but like nationalism does play a part in all of these things, obviously. And I don't understand Lenin's like on the national question thing well enough to get like his intention by it, but I know that a lot of people use it to like describe the situation in the US, and they will like if there's, I feel like if there is a refutation of the Treatlerite discourse, it's that if you're going to like interpret Lenin's nationalism question, because I know that he says that like the people of color in America are a different nation because they are oppressed. They are like the they're like the oppressed nation, like the colonized people that are within the colony. And obviously you can see that being like made apparent when like they're getting taken away and snatched in the street by ICE and deported. It's like I obviously think it's bad if you deport someone to like a prison, but I just don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world if somebody gets sent to a different country. It's like it almost seems like that's a punishment that is not really a punishment unless they send them back to a country where they actually are in direct danger because of like someone's targeting them and they send them right back to that country. But it's also like so weird the way the US is doing. They're so incompetent. They're sending people to countries they didn't even come from, that they have no association with whatsoever. They're just like, we just are racist and we want you out, so we're just going to send you somewhere else we're scared of. Has no bearing whatsoever if you're from there. Like, it's wild, like, the level of racism.
Yeah, or the plane where they over like the Bermuda Triangle and they start throwing people off into the oceans.
Yeah, and I still do think that has been happening. I'm just hoping it's not happening to the extent that, like, I'm afraid that it is. Like, I feel like we are probably already at levels of like Pinochet levels of throwing people out of planes into the ocean, and we're just not going to hear about it for another 30 years when people don't care anymore, because we're already doing something way worse, which is like droning boats of migrants and then not even pretending that they have drugs on them, just like no pretense whatsoever, because that's also what I think this is setting up. Like, I put this thumbnail up here of the fucking Chinese hair growing mice up here, and we just have not talked about it, but like,
it's just, I've been staring at it kind of off and
on. But like, I do think that's what they're doing. Like, they're setting up the children of men, like, kill migrants on boats as soon as they try to come into your territory situation, and they're doing that with the Venezuelan and like all the supposedly drug running boats now. Like, that's what this is all setting up.
Yeah, that's a great movie, by the way.
I still haven't seen it. I just have heard enough about it that I get all the concepts from it, and I know it's predicting all the things we're going to experience. So,
oh, dude, it is like scary. It is scary how accurate it is. Aside, like, you've got the speculative idea. I'm not going to gush too much, but like, you've got the speculative idea where it's like, declining birth rates. Suddenly, there's no more people having kids, and then the world just starts falling apart. And it's fascism because you've got like people controlling entry points. It's apartheid. I wanted to say, I
heard that there were like people in cages at the airports in that movie.
Yeah, it's really messed up. And then the woman is like, the main woman in the movie is like, she's pregnant. She's like the first person to get pregnant in forever, and she's like protected, and they're trying to smuggle her like out of the country to keep her safe. And it's just it's shot with the handy cam, right? It's very like guerrilla style.
I did see the extended take scene, like that I've seen on YouTube, because like I just went down a rabbit hole on extended takes one time, and like that's one of the best ones. Like, it's
so good, man. Such a great movie. I very highly recommend it. But yeah, what's up with this the mouse thing?
Well, let me adjust the chat again real quick, because then Petricev followed up. He said another city in Romania is Petesti, which also means to crouch. So a huge dad joke here is in Ploiești you can Petesti, meaning crouch, but in Petesti, meaning the city, you can't Ploiești. And I don't know what Ploiești is. But
what the fuck?
We get some Romania lore. I had no idea. Like, Petricev, I've been seeing him in the chat forever. I had no idea he was in Romania.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
And he also said, have you seen that Cuban Gusano that almost was deported to Cuba, but they didn't accept him, so he was sent to Africa? That's hilarious. And then apparently there was also that one African-American guy that somehow got deported to Jamaica. Damn. I mean, hopefully he likes it in Jamaica. I heard Jamaica's cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my wife and I have been listening to the Diary of Anne Frank audiobook, and it's because, like, the whole time she's talking about her normal life that she has hiding. Politics comes up every now and then slowly it just becomes more and more serious. And it's like the Gestapo is rounding people up, right? In Germany, they literally come into people's houses and say, "Are you hiding Jews?" And it's like, this is crazy. And it is the same thing that is happening today with ICE. They are the United States Gestapo, and I need to put a stipulation on that, being like, this is not the first time that has happened in the United States. This is kind of just normal when capitalism reaches a crisis point, right? Yeah. It's fascism flaring up and becoming more apparent because for most of the time it's isolated into certain communities, right? You've got Black people during the civil rights era who obviously are like an apartheid population, and yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, all the way up to the civil rights era, and then all the way up till now. Like, the only pretense is that it ever ended. It's just like people were like somewhat aware of it when that Netflix documentary, The 13th, came out, and they're like, "Oh shit, there's still prison slavery." It's like, bitch, what did you think it ended? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, no, literally fucking the prison system. Oh my god, You know, I'm not even going to go off on that. It's just so much.
No, I'll talk about Chinese hair regrowing ways. So, like I
Sweet.
was trying to get to for a while. So baldness over is what they say on Twitter. Scientists have created a serum that restores hair in just 20 days. Researchers in Taiwan tested a new formula on mice, and within 3 weeks, completely bald animals started growing fur again. The secret lies
Wow.
in natural fatty acids that stimulate hair follicles without irritating the skin. Scientists say the serum is safe and are preparing for human trials. Looks like Turkey might soon see fewer bald tourists. It's very funny. And I just think it's funny. This dude here, Pirate Vaj text says, Grok, how do I prepare it at home? It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you think you're gonna have access to these chemicals? Like, apparently, it's just like mostly based on like olive oil and like certain like these omegas. Like it's these palmitic acid, heptadenic. I mean, you guys can like click it on Twitter. You can read all this shit. But it's like
That makes sense.
oleic acid and these other acids are all like the important thing, and they're all just like found in avocado oil and some other. What did he say? Start with olive oil. He said combine avocado oil and virgin olive oil with sea buckthorn and some emu oil. Where do they get emu oil from? Like, do they really get that from emus?
They gotta milk the emu.
Oof, sounds painful.
Yeah. Wish
Apply
Jared was
to your
here. He
hairline
would-
and balding area twice a day. Don't have sea buckthorn. What is a sea buckthorn? It's like sea, like the ocean. Or emu oil. Start with olive and avocado oil. So yeah, if you have olive oil and avocado oil, start slathering that shit on your head.
Wow, man. I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough that I don't think I'm gonna go bald. I do have a huge forehead, but it's like whatever.
That's a reasonable amount.
Yeah. I think it's is it a 5 head? No, it's a 4
No,
head.
you're fine.
Yeah. But
Is that how you
know
do
what?
it? You measure if you have like 5 fingers there?
Yeah. So like you can
Hilarious, I didn't know
some
that.
people have huge fucking foreheads and they can like put an extra finger up there and it's a 5
I
head.
really thought it was just a play on the four and FOUR and FORE. Like, and then it's a 5 head.
I think they might have coincided together. But China is like, Petrozel, damn, another China win.
Yeah. And people are like, the other comments that I noticed were like, it is like more imperative than ever that we protect Taiwan and that we maintain. It's like, bitch, you are not. Like, Taiwan is already China. I also thought it was funny because I looked up the like, what did I don't know why I googled this today. Oh, I think it was because of that, because something was like, it said like PRC or it said ROC, and I couldn't remember like which, like, because I know it's People's Republic of China and Republic of China, and I couldn't remember like which was which for just. I mean, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, of course, the People's Republic of China is going to be the good China, like the real
it's
China.
fine. For me, it's like the GDR and the whatever,
the DDR or whatever. I think.
Yeah.
But so I looked up the Wikipedia, and it just said the concept of two Chinas refers to the political divide between the People's Republic of China, the PRC, and the Republic of China, ROC. Founded in 1912, the ROC governed mainland China until the Chinese Communist Party established the PRC in 1949, forcing the ROC to retreat to Taiwan after losing the Chinese Civil War. Losers. They lost. They're like the South. They're like the fucking Confederates, and they're Nazis just the same.
Yep.
Both are rival governments claiming to be the sole legitimate authority over all of China. Yeah, but one has a tiny little fucking island over here, and the other government has the rest of the fucking mainland China and 1 billion plus people, and is actually governing a country, and the other one is not. It's like a small fucking protectorate client state of the U.S.
Yeah, and people will look at that map of China versus Taiwan,
and they'll be like West Taiwan, and act like you should take them seriously.
Yeah, they'll be like, see, this is why China's an imperialist country, is because they're trying to colonize Taiwan. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
We were planning on doing half an hour. I think we can call it an hour. I think it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I that's fine with me.
What were we gonna say though?
I was just gonna say that I've been very slowly, like at a snail's pace, trying to write a video about China for a long time now, and I kind of got like stuck in the weeds looking at all the Kuomintang activity and like trying to understand like what the fuck were they doing, and it literally they're like nationalists that had to run because they had the temporary alliance with China. I love how Taiwan is the poser emo child that China is the parent, just waits for the phase to pass.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. I hope that, I mean, it's kind of like the Taiwan isn't occupied, You know, it's not like the Republic of Korea.
It's
South
occupied by
Korea.
the U.S. Like all the fucking U.S. military installations and like buildup that they have there, the missiles. Like apparently, it's like an open secret that Taiwan also has nukes, just like Israel has nukes, and nobody talks about it. Like, so
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, I think an hour or so was pretty fun.
yeah.
Sun Yat-sen's
Cameron,
wife.
Cameron Fleming says also Sun Yat-sen's wife liked the CPC more than KMT after Sun Yat-sen died. That's crazy.
Hell yeah. Getting
'cause
cucked
people
by
like,
the CBC.
People like attribute to Sun Yat-sen like he was like the original Chinese liberationist kind of guy, but like before Mao Zedong. It's like I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah. I actually, a friend of mine said he just got back from China. Wait, hang on.
I was like going through the topic list to see. Well, I was going to give us like a quick rundown of the things we didn't cover this time, like since the last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
But I'll wait till the next one. But like I saw this meme in here that I made the other day: provoke Russia into a war, refuse immediate peace deal, fight for 3 years, lose 1 million people, accept that same peace deal. Stonks.
You know, Slava Ukraini fucking whatever the fuck.
Oh, you know
know?
what? I have the thing right here. Hold on, I almost forgot. Where's our little captions here? Slobber ukulele.
That's good.
I forgot who came up with that, but it's like it cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I remember Jared saying it. I think at one point, because he's so Ukraine Russia war brained. The special military operation.
All right, man. Well, this was fun. We get to
Yep.
do it again sometime. Shout out to Jared who was throwing up. Sorry, bud. Hope you feel better. But
Yep.
try and do this again in another couple weeks. See if we can get some other people to join us. But thank
Yeah.
you all for joining.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was really fun, Mike.
See you next time. Thank you, Joseph.
All right.
Joseph. It was